What's up, guys? It's your boy G, and I wanted to talk to you about the MMR system and how I think the MMR system is actually good. Question mark, question mark, question mark. Look, before you dislike the video and click off and say G's crazy, at least hear me out first, right? So, the MMR system is actually working, right? Like, it actually works. So, I had tested this out myself. So whenever I play Pig or, a character that I always play like Clown or something, I always get like paired with rank ones. They usually have like, let's say 3,000 hours or so. It's pretty consistent and it's really sweaty. Now, when I played Trapper, somebody I barely even touched, I got like all rank like 19s and 20s. Of course, I destroyed them, but it really was based off of how well I play with the character, it felt like. Because like characters I usually don't do good with, like Huntress or like Bubba, I got paired with lower ranked people versus characters I stomped with like Clown or Pig or Legion, who I got constant sweats. So I think that means the MMR system is working. Right, and if you guys don't know how the MMR system works, essentially it's based killer per killer. I don't know what it's based off of because they didn't really give us too many specifics. Well, they didn't give us any specifics about how it works. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It works. And I talked to a couple of people about it. I know that the consensus about MMR is that it's terrible. Right, it's awful, etc., etc. It feels bad, especially for survivors. I can't front. The MMR for survivor is terrible. Like, I'm a rank 4 right now, survivor. I barely play survivor, and I got paired up with a lot of rank like 13s and 17s, and it felt really bad. But for some reason, the killer was always ranked like 1 or 2. So I think that the MMR is actually really good. You get what I'm saying? I think the MMR is good for killer. Let me be very specific about that. For killer, not for survivor. Because for killer, I feel like I was getting constantly paired with around what my killer skill level was. And I feel like that was completely fair. Now, I understand people have gripes. I talked to one of my friends who's a Huntress main, and he felt like he couldn't play Huntress because the matches were always super sweaty. They were always minimum 4,000 hours. You kept getting the same people, etc., etc. And I sympathize with that. I think that that's it could be annoying, but I think the reason why I believe that this MMR system is good in the long run, first of all, I feel like it doesn't have enough time to really get its to do its job. I feel like if the MMR system was kept in for like a month or two, people will start de-pipping and people will start pipping, and then you'll kind of get like a more consistent level of where your skill is at. Because let's be honest, the ranking system in DBD isn't the best. It doesn't really show the best skill, right? Like, I know plenty of rank ones who aren't exactly the best at the game, so I don't think that's a really good indicator of skill. But the ranking system, like when people were rank 1 and going against me when I was killer, they definitely were rank 1. You get what I'm saying? They definitely were rank 1. I feel like if it was like a month or two, if we had this system, it would balance itself out. And it will show that once you get past a certain MMR, certain killers start falling off. Like, once I started getting really hard killers as Clown, it became like nigh impossible, right? Because I'm trying to run no gen regression with Clown, and I kept getting 3Ks, and that's unusual for me with Clown. So I was like, wow, like 3Ks, like that doesn't make much sense, especially like the 2Ks. But then I realized, this would help the devs realize what killers are really weak and may need may need help in the long run, because it shows the flaws more often than not. I can't imagine that you have really high MMR with Trapper, that a lot of people would have that and be able to keep their MMR that high, you know, because once you hit those 5,000 4,000 hour death squads, which you will if you get your MMR high enough, it's going to start showing problems with some of the killer casts. I feel like that's where some people will get annoyed that they can't play every killer that they want to constantly, because they're getting paired with like really sweaty people and they sometimes want chill matches, and I get that. But I really think that in the long run, this will not only show more issues, but it will also show more of a direction of what to do as far as the balance of the game goes, right? I know some people think the balance of the game is fine. Personally, I'm not one of those people. I think the game balance is not that good at all. I feel like the game has a lot to be desired as far as balance goes, but there's nothing wrong with the MMR system as far as just an idea goes, right? Because it's just trying to make sure you get better teammates and better survivors that have more your skill level, and that the game actually feels like a challenge. But I feel like this really shows the issues with the game, right? It puts a really big magnifying glass on the issues of the game, if that makes sense. And I feel like the devs will have data to really back that up. Because if you ever heard the devs talk about the balance of the game, it's usually centered around, well, the data says this, and the data says that, and the data says this, which is fine. But now this really changes what the data says, if that makes sense. Which is why I think MMR as a concept is a really good concept. You know, I think MMR is a really good concept. Was it implemented kind of bad? Maybe. Yes. You know, I won't lie. Yes, it was implemented a little bit badly on the survivor side, right? On the survivor side, it was implemented horribly. Now, what I would wish for is that they showed us what our MMR was and what they were grading us off of. Like, you could grade us off kills, or you're grading us off hooks, or you're grading us off the emblem system. Like, what are you really grading us off of? Because I feel like some people think that their killers are better than what the game thinks, or worse than what the game thinks. I think that really plays a big part in it, right? But overall, MMR system could really use polish. Implementation could use work, but the concept and the idea of it really helps. It shows a lot of growth in the game. All right, guys, go in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Did you like the MMR system? Did you hate it like everybody else? Were you playing Survivor or Killer? How was your experience? I really love to hear. And if you guys ever want to catch me on Twitch, I'll leave that in the description below. Please just hit that follow button. I would love to see you there. We always have a really good time. And yeah. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Peace. Down, people want to get you on lockdown. Don't look down, don't look down. All you really see is people want you on the ground.
Yeah, my name is K. Got a new paddock, the diamonds is frozen. I got him in shock, just look at their face. I got a baddie, she wanna taste, she want it badly. Come to my